So we don't have any visitors. You had, gentlemen, had time to read the minutes?
Yep.
To me,
The only thing I wanted, the pavilion thing, it wasn't a don't attend anymore, just our agreement was we were gonna pay the bills for them and
Yeah.
let them. so it
Do their
wasn't-
business,
yeah.
keep it under
So
schedule.
how did you want to revise that?
Well, just as long as we have that understanding, I don't care.
Which number are you referring to there?
Number 7.
So you want to amend it some manner?
No, that's fine, just as long as we get
Yeah,
the
no,
understanding, it's not that I'm non-supportable, but when we sat with them, it was just, we'll pay your
Yeah.
bills, let them,
Figure it out.
yeah,
Yeah.
we don't wanna influence them, let them do their own thing.
Okay, so you're happy the way it's written? Okay,
I
make a motion to accept.
I will.
Somebody second? Yeah, anyone opposed? Nope. All in agreement then? Okay,
So,
where's our man Mo?
I thought he was coming. I saw him this morning. He said he was gonna be here, so
Well, we might show up a little later.
sure.
We move along to the,
I can, go backwards and see if I can not step on his toes. So I did set the tax rate, if you wanna go to that, that has nothing to do with roads.
does that have to be done tonight?
It needs to be done soon. I think tonight would be the night that we usually do it.
Right, but usually you try to have the whole board
Yeah.
set that tax rate.
Okay. I don't think that we're on a timeline where it has to get done tonight, but I can
Right,
give you
but-
the information.
Yeah, just so we can start, but I wouldn't take a motion on tonight to have a meeting with the other who
Okay.
are here.
So, I can tell you that, the tax rate went up 6.79% from last year. And this is, the tax book report for this year, and then the second page is last year, so that you can see that. And we can have more of a discussion about what this all means for our next meeting.
This is a town tax rate, right?
Yeah, so this is the town tax and local agreement. Those are, both need to be confirmed in order for us to set the municipal tax rate. The local agreement is with the Fairfield Community Center for their grandfathered in tax rate, and the veterans tax exempt calculation from the state. So those are the local agreements that come to the .0044. And then the town tax rate is the general fund appropriation, the general fund plus the appropriations in the library, divided by the grand list. And that comes to 0.7111.
So basically, we went up 4.5 cents on the town tax rate.
Right. Sorry about that. I know. So I can wait on this if you'd like, and we can talk again later.
I would wait till the other, it's just the way we've always done it, I just,
I'm not gonna, I just soon have everybody here.
right, so
look
we're all
at
in
it.
agreement, but next meeting, one way or the other, it's gotta be agreed upon.
Right. Okay. So we can jump in with Mo, or we can,
Okay.
how do you wanna go with this?
Well, let's get Mo home, get him to bed, and be worthy tomorrow.
Okay.
So what you got for us, Mo? Truck in town?
I'm pretty sure, I ain't positive, supposed to be going to Boykins today.
Good.
Really?
Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah, they
So
called me last week, so.
I did some research on the, on what we need in order to get the financing for that as well, so if you want to talk that with us. If you want me to talk about that with you guys now, we can do that.
Well, yeah, see what we got.
Okay, so I did get the invoice last week. It includes a document fee and the DMV fees, which is standard as of last year as well. I compared the two. So the total order for the invoice is $156,217. And we were quoted from the bank on a $105,650 note in February that she's been holding for us. And we were quoted on a 3-year and a 5-year term. And those were at 2.25% for the 3-year and 2.45 for the 5-year. And that was calculated assuming that the select board would put a down payment of $50,000 out of the equipment fund toward the original quote.
When is that payment due?
We have to pay for the truck when it's delivered. That's what I understand,
Yeah,
Like we-
delivered to whom?
to us.
We won't see that truck for another 4 months.
No, we'll see at the beginning of next month, I think.
Really?
He told us within the next 6
Yeah,
weeks.
they told us it was 145,000 6 months ago too, so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I wish it would get here, but I'm just,
I mean, we discussed this, you've talked to the bank and got the rate set.
Sue Cross is awaiting this meeting to find out if we are still interested in
Oh,
that
yeah.
rate.
Yes.
And what's gonna happen is because of the increases and the fees and the changes, there's gonna be a balance, from the equipment fund of $50,567 at this point. Because there was a $175 document fee and $47 DMV fee.
Yeah.
So it's just a little more than the $50,000 that we had originally said we were gonna put down for, or you had talked about, earlier this year.
yeah. We're not going to finance
Yeah.
dock fees and, we'll just pay the money out of pocket here.
So the only thing that needs to be done is we need to, if we wanna do the $50,567 out of the equipment fund, I need to do that during the window where we don't get penalized, which is is between the 3rd and 5 days later, so
Of August?
of every month.
Oh,
So we can do it the beginning of next month if we'd like.
are you getting enough interest on it to worry about it?
I think we're gonna be fine. I
No,
mean,
no,
it's-
but I meant,
What's the CD paying?
what's the thing actually paying?
Oh, it's like, at this point, it's $100 a month, I think. So right now, I can't tell you exactly because we did withdraw some money for the backhoe just
Yeah.
recently. The current balance is $80,274.
So I guess might as well wait till the first of next
Yeah.
month to take it out of there.
Yeah.
The interest rate from the bank, that's not gonna change? Is that locked in?
So she does need us to make a decision about,
Right,
do we want to do a 2-year or a 3-year at this meeting in order to, because
Right.
we're actually, we
We
told
need to
her,
have that.
So
we
let-
told
let's
her
just
what
move-
we heard,
Yeah.
which is like June, and so she's been holding on to it for
Right.
So confirm a 3-year for that amount.
3-year.
And we can
If
pay
we
it
pay
off sooner.
we'll
Yeah.
pay it off soon.
Okay, so I have a suggested motion. I'm not sure if you want to read it.
Motion is suggested. I move the select board lock in People's Trust Bank 3-year note for the 2023 Freightliner in the amount of $105,650 and use $50,567 from the equipment fund for the remaining balance. You guys, does that work for you?
I think so.
That's what we've been talking about.
Well, I'll make the motion. Somebody second.
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Nope. Got that one done. Okay, Mo, what do you got for us? Let's get that one out of the way.
Started it, last week, did our Jewel Road, the grant on it, up in the hill,
Yeah.
ditch and stone line. Got it mulched today and hopefully next 2 days get some gravel on it. Get it tightened up.
Is that coming somewhat within the cost of the
Yeah,
grant?
Yep.
Good. Now, up by Dennis Dodd's there, we graded that dirt
Yeah.
off the edge.
Yeah.
He'd like to see it cleaned up a little bit,
yeah,
but he's suggesting go right out in his pasture and spread it out.
Yeah.
Rather than load it, just take the loader,
sure.
come down and grade rewrite, he said, I don't care if the fence is gone, or was it cattle in it now?
No
Just-
cattle,
No, so just take that, and he said, put in the cutouts you need to get that water from going down the hill. But just take the loader, he said, the only thing he'd ask is when you put it out in the pasture, you try to back spread it or something.
thin it out.
Thin it out so it's not big lumps out there.
Yeah.
But other than that,
Good.
so, and he was asking me the other day if we were gonna be up doing it. Yeah, I've learned, leave a note for myself, first and last name, so you know who you're talking about. So what else you got? How's your bridge thing coming?
She'll say you probably haven't done another one,
Yeah, I can talk to you about just, you were talking to Joare Road
Yes.
Bridge. So I contacted you, I haven't talked to all of you. So St. Ange initiated a change order of the design because the ledge that when they did the excavating was higher than what was estimated originally, so we're not gonna be able to use the same footings. The design uses a certain kind of footing, and they need to instead pin it to the ledge.
So they didn't have to go down deep then?
They
and they
couldn't go
can't
any
drive their
deeper.
pylons, you know, they drive.
Right.
Drive.
So they got a drill, put in pins.
Yeah,
It
And
should
then-
almost be cheaper.
well, actually, we're gonna end up with they're 30 foot, 30 foot long, we're gonna end up with 5 of them. Cause it's already in the billing contract, so they just take them, park them up there, or we take them, put them in our yard and.
They are
the
estimating
piles.
no.
Yeah,
Yeah, because they bought, yeah.
yeah, it's already in the, so. He said, we just gonna have you guys take them, and, you know, take them lower and load them and.
Yeah.
How big are they?
30 foot long, 12 inch, 5/8.
Yeah.
Side toward the hill, side. They're gonna drive 5 of those in, on this side of the bridge,
Yeah.
is where the ledge is, or this side of the water. Or South Road, that's where the ledge is talking about. They're gonna drill and pin it.
And when we were talking, so St. Ange is working on numbers right now, and we are ready to go as soon as those are finished. And the last time I heard from them, they were talking and we were doing some math, and we have lump sum bidding process, which is part of their contract where they have a certain amount lump sum that they've agreed to. And when they were looking at the quantities and the changes, just sketching it, they don't see any big change in overall costs or any change in overall costs.
That's good.
So,
Who's managing the change orders? Stantec, right?
so the change order came from St. Ange, it went to Stantec and to Ruggiano because they have the engineering
Right.
design. So Ruggiano is currently reviewing the change order from what's it called?
Proposed design.
Just making
yeah.
sure that it's still stable and making sure that it doesn't change the overall effectiveness of the bridge. And they don't see any, at this point, they don't see any problems. So we're just waiting for a couple more little things.
So is that something they should have picked up when they were doing those tests?
Depends where they did the bores, how they did the bores, and seeing how everything else went with the engineering on that project, it doesn't
Yeah.
surprise me.
Yeah.
So it's with the structural engineer right now.
Okay.
The other part of that project is that FEMA, so we did everything that they had expected us to do prior to starting, and then they sent us one more thing that we needed to do, which we're working on. I am working with Melanie about floodplain zoning. They require confirmation from the floodplain protection organization for the state of Vermont because it is in a floodplain that we have no problems. Melanie has looked and compared it to our current zoning plans, and it looks like it should be fine. So she's written a letter already. We've sent it to Rebecca Pfizer, who's the floodplain person for the state, and I expect that back tomorrow too. So that should also be all set. They had, so based on that, based on our agreement that we were gonna get that, we did get, so, let's see. We received the obligation for the cost of the project bid for St. Ange. And I talked to, from FEMA, and I talked to Jonathan, and he said that the actual costs at the end of the project will, the overall actual costs are what they will look at for the final determination of what we get reimbursed. But currently, the lock-in is $677,563. So that's, and I don't know if you want a copy of that, but we have a FEMA document that states that. So we've been waiting for that, which is good. We have it on there. And I think those are the only updates I have on that project at this point.
Okay, Mo, you got any more?
Last meeting, the sidewalk, that was sidewalk plow, it's down to, Champlain, what is it?
Valley Equipment.
Valley Equipment. Got a call last week. They had a $500 harness they had ordered for it. And they worked on it 3 days. We heard nothing back yet.
That's that one day recommended we buy?
No.
Okay.
I said use it for this winter and get rid of it.
Oh, yeah, that's right, you guys wanted the sidewalks, and you had to have a plow. and all
That was
Yeah.
pre-David.
Oh, okay.
No.
Doesn't matter, we got it.
Yeah, we got it, you got it.
When it does run right, like with that broom thing, was that handy? I mean,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
that kind of stuff you can do with it,
Yeah.
clean intersections out and
I was gonna
like.
say it worked good when they did the blacktop.
Yeah, I saw that working well. So I wondered how it worked, like, intersections where you get sand buildup on them and such.
Yeah, it did, it worked real well.
Good.
Yeah, if you get, I don't know if that's got a float or a shoe on it, but the main thing is not to put too much pressure on the broom or you wear it out pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Remember one year, what was it? Bridge Street up there, we had a Charbonneau do, whoever was running it, burned his broom up in 2 days that day or something.
Took us just 2 or 3 sets of brooms today.
Yeah, they kept pushing it so close to the
Yeah.
blacktop. Just chewed it up.
This one here is, it's on the, slow, you
Yeah.
run it on a lever, kinda, judge it. Like you say, the felt
Yeah.
pressure was just. 550, we took it down on boat, wood broken. We had to get it towed there. Fuse box. This, the fuse box and wire harness for that. Talking $1,100 for a fuse box. Yeah, well, this ain't worse of it. Labor, total cost is, they're talking 4,500. 25 hours, I think, of labor estimate.
So what made that burn up?
It's down underneath the truck. This one is.
Down under the vehicle?
That's what Jimmy told me, right? It's down underneath the,
It's under the hood, but it's up in the corner here. Way down underneath.
oh, I thought you said it was way down where it's, catching the salt and stuff.
Well, it is catching salt where it is, cause it's, your windshield right here, it's right in this corner.
So you need to put a mud flap over it or
I
what?
don't know, they're kinda saying that, I watched a mechanic put it back on, quite a little trick, get it, cause it got like fingers here locked in, he said it weren't locked in, so the dirt, you can see the little bit of dirt and the salt. And, it's one of the things that we don't fix it, it could come back and haunt you, so.
But is there a better,
You can't warranty it.
better cover or something to put on it or enclose it in some better manner?
Put a baggie over it, I don't know. You know, I can't,
Right,
so
that's
it's
what
not
I'm just
lying down
wondering.
there.
Yeah, have they had this problem previous with those?
No, he said it did, but they, you know,
Right, they're not gonna tell you.
and they take that box and they send it to Ford, and they see it was, stuff got in there by being open, neglect, or whatever, they'll get denied. So I'm gonna try, but.
So it should have been on warranty, but they didn't warranty it.
Yeah, pretty well, I think, I would've.
Nothing you guys have.
Nothing, no, that's why I asked James, no reason for us to
So
do
it's
that.
either the way the truck came from the get-go,
Mhm.
Or just vibration.
vibration, yeah.
Something.
Huh, well, if it ain't one thing, it's something else, ain't it?
Yeah.
What other good news you got?
So without, it's running now and
Yes.
can be run,
Yeah,
but
because he just, we had stones tow it down there, or bring it down on the truck. And when they went to take, they finally found a problem, and went to take our fuse out, they had to.
right, so you got a few, all the brains are running in and they're all corroded and
Yeah.
some night at 2 in the morning, it's gonna short out.
It could, yep. And so he did his best to get it out, if it did break the fuse off down in there, we wouldn't be talking now, and that'd be changed. That's what he told me.
Sounds like a good design.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can't figure that part out.
I think we better go back to those Chevy pickups, 3500s we had, we didn't put anything in them jumps. Got rid of them every 5-6 years.
And this one's 17.
It was well, we bought it, it's a year old when we got it. I think that's 4 years old, but it was a 17 carryover.
So do we need to fix it or you wanna run it? Do you?
Do I just mow it over until the next meeting? I don't, it's.
I would think we'd order the parts and get it here.
You're gonna have to do it.
I hate
And we
to-
bought that from
Haze.
Hayes.
Yeah.
Do you take it up there for much stuff, or is it
No.
just?
No.
It's one of those, I hate to put new doors on the shed up here and then have a truck you can't drive out when you need it.
Yeah.
It's,
But,
Yeah, might as well get the parts ordered, you gotta have to have it. You gotta
so
have
at least have them on hand
to- yeah.
before plow season, because we wrote, I mean, not that it really need it, but it's handy.
Well, I'm sure Carl didn't pull it out St. Albans out of civic goodness. So probably
You didn't hurt
300.
us too bad, no, it's 150.
to them, to diagnose it is 200 something.
Oh yeah, throw a computer on it, no matter what, it's gonna be 250.
But with the amount of electronics and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know, I hate to say, oh, it works great today, it's dry, the first time it's wet and you have an issue, it's.
And people are good gamblers, you gamble all the time.
Where is it now, here?
Yeah. We used that today to mulch it, and so we jumped in one morning to start it, and it wouldn't start.
My suggestion would be fix it now.
Yeah,
When you
get the
can,
parts, get
when you
them
can get
ordered.
it down for a week and not need it, so they can
Because you
fix
don't
it.
know how long it's gonna take to get that part here.
Probably next one.
Okay, what else good, oh, you got?
The John Deere tractor, that we do our mow with, and the issue with that, when you run the arm mower, there's some reason something, I don't know, valve or what, you end up losing your steer, and so right now it's sitting over there, and Jimmy, we're gonna go, Joy Road with it, couldn't steer it, so. I don't know, we don't have a clue what's going on there.
How long have we had that? 4 or 5 years?
Yeah, I've been here 6 years, the year before I came, I've been here about 6, and that, yeah, second year. So,
You
you guys
guys have
have
a computer, or is that something Tom could look at, or nothing James can figure out?
he thinks it's the valve, he don't know, and if
You might give my nephew Tom a call on that, because that's all he dealt with,
Yeah,
was those John Deere's for years. But he may not know more than James about it, but does a lot of repairs, so.
yeah.
And he's worked on those tractors, you know. But it's just somebody to throw out there. It's definitely be cheaper than have John Deere look at it.
Mhm. Uh,
I mean, that's why I said just have, you know, you might be
Yeah.
able to look at it or diagnose it, you know?
Yeah,
I mean, those guys, I know, like, we have one on one of our John Deere's, the bucket, instead of individual hoses, it's a box. And, you know, there's a couple leaking,
yeah,
and there's no, we figured it'd be some O-rings, they just replace each cylinder, but they just do it at random, because you can't see where it's, you know, inside the box, once it's locked. So they just take, you know, I don't know, $1,000 a piece, they take those insides out and put a new one in and play.
you'd think they got this sophisticated computer stuff, they could identify a problem. It's like those front loading washers, comes up F99. One board's 189, one's 245. Can't you split that code up so you know which one it is?
Which one you really needed.
Yeah, change both of them, it still didn't work because they were defective. Both of the new ones.
Technology.
Yeah. Well,
So we'll give him a call down on your truck.
yeah, just hit, he might just take a look at it for you.
Trying to get steers, which one you want.
Yeah.
Do you know his
No.
number?
And I'll tell him I had 782,
0798?
exactly. I was just thinking, trying to remember if it was 0 in front of
Boys
it.
are good.
I knew it was 798.
You remember.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Don't forget the 802 in front of it now, of course.
Yeah.
Just leave him a message.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. What's his name?
Call or Tom.
No,
Call by 7.
God, that kid's busy.
Tell him recommended by Uncle Gavin.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'll cost us.
Well, there are finder fees, of course.
Beside the sand shed, where the water comes out there, up to you guys, I'll build a room, 12 by 6. We put the pressure washer in there, and that's where the water comes out. And have an electric heater in there, it's 6 by 12, length, or width. And Jim got a quote of $1,700.
Inside the salt shed near the
Yeah.
fuel tank.
Yeah. Against that.
Small
In
one,
the
so you
corner
can keep
next to the
it.
fuel
heated.
tank.
Yeah, with a fuel tank here, lock in there. That's
Something he's gonna build, or you guys gonna build?
We're gonna build, but the material's 1700.
I would either use, instead of electricity, maybe propane or something for heater.
Just out of curiosity, why do you want to do it over there?
A pressure washer would be over there, but you pressure wash out where your mess would be.
Yeah, instead of messing up the whole front yard.
Yeah. Front of the garage, and, pressure washer where the stuff flies when you're using it.
Yeah,
And the water comes out there.
that's right, there's a hydrant right there.
Yeah. We got trouble with the hydrant, we end up digging up right now, there ain't no hydrant, it's,
I saw it dug out.
yeah.
I don't have a problem with you guys putting that room in. I think it makes sense, honestly.
Yeah, it just keeps the mess out of the garage.
Yeah,
Pressure, that's where the pressure washer would be.
yeah.
Use it.
For the major stuff, I
Well,
mean, they
then-
do wash some stuff in there, but.
Less chance of water freezing into that hydrant, because those hydrants freeze on occasion, right?
Yeah, that's why we had trouble last year, and we dug it up, and the pipe was where it turns there, where it snapped.
Yeah.
So we went away from the hydrant.
Is there room enough there to protect it? Some of the guys that back red trucks in there are real good sometimes, in the
Yeah.
dark at night.
Yeah.
Not the ones with plows.
Would you be
Gonna be
inside the doorway a ways?
Yeah, from the, probably 2.5, 3 feet, I think that's where the pipe comes down on the ground, so you wanna be.
Will the fuel tank be inside the building too?
No,
No. Is it behind the fuel tank in public?
fuel tank here, Tom, and this is where we're talking.
Put against a wall facing
Right
the
along outside
garage.
wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you drove up to it, be facing them.
Well, I'd say get it built, and then let's determine what you want to put in for heating.
Yep,
And you got power right there, don't you, anyway?
yep.
So it's not
There's a
like,
panel right there.
I really think it makes sense to build that, put it there.
I'm just curious, is it more headache to deal with one more room you gotta watch out for than, is a mess a big deal, or is it easier
No.
just to back out, clean them and pull them in? Or- I'm just picking on you. 'cause
No,
it's-
no, it's me, no.
I got a feeling it gets done more too if you get the pressure washer right there all the time.
Yeah,
That's true, it's set
You know,
up.
if it's right there and set up, you just gotta open the door, go and grab it and wash up, it's more likely to get done.
Yeah.
What were you thinking of though? One of those 220 electric wall heaters?
anything, but yeah, electric, oh yeah, I was just brought up electric, you know.
I mean, we'll take anything that's insulated very much. Light bulb would probably.
Well, I bet it'd be,
No, but.
That outside wall would be cold.
yeah, outside wall would be.
You know, if you insulate put
Right.
some of that styrofoam against the wall
When you build it.
to it, put some of that 2-inch styrofoam, or, you know, glue it
Yeah.
on, or stud
Double
the
it.
wall and then insulate it.
Yeah,
That's the, I mean, doesn't take anything for our sugar house,
yeah.
the rooms that we heat.
Well, why don't you get lumber and start it and
Okay,
get back to us on what we'll figure out.
we'll figure out one, I have
Well,
one.
we
Keep
need
it- Price of propane heater and price of electric heater, and see what they,
No problem, propane, you have a tank outside. Would you need an extra tank for propane?
Yeah.
You need
wouldn't
Two
take,
tanks.
wouldn't take very much.
No, no, I
Yeah,
know.
they would keep it filled. once you
Where's that
figure
tank
it-
gonna be right in the way somewhere?
I would, no, I don't
No.
think it would be, you know, have it on the fuel somewhere
If it was
there.
around
I don't
the
know what
corner,
the
there's
regulations.
that one of your braces there on the outside walls, aren't there?
Yeah.
So it means it could be tucked right in there where it couldn't get hit by anything, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think you put it, you know, on the wall towards the 36.
Yeah.
You might have to put a little roof over it, but
Yeah,
you just drill through the wall and with a pipe and,
insulate the pipe so it doesn't freeze in the winter on
uh,
it. That propane will freeze if you don't.
mine does it.
Yours doesn't bother?
Mine's outside, it runs halfway to the house before it comes into the house.
That's a hell of a salesman, saying propane freezes now. Good job.
Propane will freeze. It'll frost up. It's like, I remember when Cindy worked in St. Albans for Black Pargas years ago. They had propane trucks and they'd freeze up on. And it was a carburetor. It'd freeze up right where we in the carburetor. And it's just a thing of moisture.
So you get
And
moisture
cold
when you
temperatures.
burn propane, right? Doing a hell of a job, build a building.
Yeah. Let's go more. We got Eddie like we did last week, 8:30.
Okay. The 550, we're gonna
We're gonna get the part ordered.
get the part order and wait on, get it done.
Yeah.
Well, you got a week where you don't need it, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would
Yeah. I'd
get the part ordered, once it's here, I'd fix it,
Yeah.
get it done, and maybe try to do something to prevent, you know, maybe if it was just open, but I would put another, like my, Gavin said, you know, mud flap or something over it to protect that a little more.
Because last year we had to replace windshield wipers arms underneath that mechanism there, and they ended up freezing up on us last year.
Yeah.
We got truck it, where is it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's it.
That's all you got, Mo?
Yep.
You had asked about the paving account balance, so I brought that for you. We're, pass it if you want. So remember, we're $38,956 over the budgeted amount, and actually, could you hand that one over to Ronnie, so I just, so that line is over by almost 39,000, and you had talked about maybe transferring money from our paving account to cover that, which we do have. We have $65,585 in it, but I don't know that we need to do that right away. I think that, I mean, it's up to you. I would suggest that we just wait and see how
So
much.
if we don't have to, why
how
don't
much
we wait, and,
Yeah,
like we usually do in December,
yeah,
figure out where we're short or where
yeah.
we're over it?
Just wanted to make sure I got that information to you before.
You wouldn't take this and put it into the fund to cover what we just paid Pike?
If you don't need to, if there's enough balance left at the end of the year.
Yeah, we have money.
Right.
And keep
For
this,
it right
keep
now.
this here for the backup, so when we do get
Did you
these over.
find out what the interest is, or the rate, or when it's mature?
This one is I think it's in November anyway, so it's something that we can wait on. But in terms of the amount, we have the money to cover the overage if we need to at that time.
Just thinking we're working off a loan anyways, and we have the cash in this account for that use.
I'm sure the interest rate is fabulous anyway.
Yeah.
One more thing, I think, we're gonna, the 22nd, that culvert between Bruce and RJ's,
Oh, yeah.
we're gonna be doing it, pretty sure if the culvert comes in, be doing it 22nd, so that road will be shut down for 3 days, figure 3.
What we're,
Um, yeah, August, yeah.
Yeah, you just have to, you know, put a couple signs up.
Yeah, warm.
I thought he said one day of 24 hours. You're not doing that 24-hour shift.
I don't think,
Or 2 days of 12.
yeah, I got a problem with that, everybody else is gone.
Let
Yeah, we
everybody
have a-
know,
go ahead.
confirm a few days ahead, because we're gonna do more than,
We also have a temporary deed of easement
we'll do a
that
sign a
Jim
little
Barlow
bigger than that.
drafted
Oh.
for the property owners that needs to be signed with a notary. So just the temporary deed of easement so that things can get in and out. That
Did you
needs to
ever
be
get a
signed.
notary license?
I followed up, there was a problem with my tests, so I just followed up today, or yesterday actually, and should be a problem, this shouldn't be a problem now. I don't have it yet.
But everything's written up, all you need is have it signed.
Signed with a notary, so it's in the office with Linda right now.
So you
And
reached out to the landowners to get that
I
done? 'Cause
called the landowners, I think I had the right number, but I'm not
So
sure, and I
give them
haven't
a card
heard back.
tomorrow and go see them, because the 22nd's not very far
I know,
out.
I've called and left a message, I haven't seen or heard from them. I don't know them personally, I don't know if
Just
any of
knock
you
on the
want to
door.
swing by, but,
It's just
yeah.
Brandon's.
Well, yeah, I have the, I forget the names, but I have it in my office.
Was it Pat?
Pat
Yeah.
Rose.
And, So that also is time sensitive
Bruce.
because Linda is leaving. She has a vacation the next week. So I'm hoping to get that signed this week.
Okay.
Like I say, he
Do you
leaves
know the
early,
names? Is
you
it
know,
Pat
for-
and Bruce on it? or anybody else?
Bruce is on it, but not Pat. Pat and Brucey is the name of the parcel, but Bruce is the signator
Okay.
on the deed easement.
I see our budget's 2/3 gone.
Because that was paid out for, because we were, what, the last one, 50 or 48% or something? So is it because of the payout for the pavement?
Right, so now we're at 67%.
And we paid out for the gravel, is that paid out for all this
Sam?
sand that's come in?
We're not, well, for this come in, but we don't have, that's not totally done yet.
But how much more needs to come in?
700 yards, like, at 750.
So another 10,000? And 15 a yard delivered?
yeah.
So you get 700, so another 10,500, so 10 or 11,000. Is there any reimbursements coming in sometime?
Yes, I reported that last meeting. We expect one more payment from the state aid to the highways, so we're gonna be over in that line. this year in terms of revenue.
And what you're doing up on Jewel Road, are the expenditures in this one?
That is a grant that's reimbursable.
Right,
But
the
it's
money
not-
we spent so far, we gotta put the money out and then we get paid
Right.
back. Is that
It's-
right now, the APs they got, is that included, materials included in there?
You know,
It's, so I calculated that project when we took out our loan for the tax anticipation loan. I calculated that into the amount that we would need in order to get through to the end of the year. I believe that that we're on track with where we are, where we're supposed to be at this point.
But, good point, keep bringing up, so we don't run
Yeah.
out. Hate to see Mo go without a paycheck around Christmas.
Yeah, I just think it's something we need to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you're smart to keep right on it. I mean, most of our big ones are pretty well paid out, right? I mean, the paving, most of the gravel, the sand. I mean, some projects we may have to cut back on if we get,
has the sand all been paid, or we have some more invoices coming?
That's one of those kind
we're just saying that,
of, I ain't saying nothing yet.
700 more yards to come in.
so about another 10 or 11,000.
And then you got,
But we
you're
got-
taking that pile, the rest of the gravel, right, maybe?
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. Between here and over there, and plus down that project. Just take some down
Yeah.
there.
But, you know, the only other big thing would be late fall would be salt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't, do you have any in the shed yet?
yep. Probably, probably 15
Depends
times.
what we get for weather.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Gonna have a warm winter.
So I'll do another comparison at the end at our next meeting,
Yeah.
compare where we were last year, where we are this year, what the overage might look like, if there are any concerns.
Well,
But I
we
just
know
wanted
the
to-
fuel one's gonna kill us, so.
Yeah. On the top of that, can you just write the balance of what we have of that 600 left?
Oh, sure. Yes.
You know what I mean, just
Yeah.
so we keep an eye on what's there.
Yeah.
Okay. So you got anything more, or? No,
No,
sometimes-
Tom Sitton, I know we got this from somebody, she don't know about.
Yes.
Fund. Under that, yeah,
This came to us with no return address, no address for where the issue is, and no name or contact information.
anyway, I showed it to Jim and he kinda, looking at it, he kinda thinks it's up, by Mikey Horgan's, you know, on the ridge here. And then you got a driveway down below the house there, people live there, so I don't know that where it was, probably, but they're thinking that's where it is, I hear you.
So how would they want an address when they don't tell you where it is?
I know, that's a hard one, I'm guessing game.
We saw something like that on the road, and Mo was saying that it's pretty typical if the snow is high. When you push back the snow, you know, halfway through, it's hard to see where the dirt is at that point, so that goes with it.
You think this is Lapland Road?
No, up to Mikey's, on the ridge there.
Which
Mikey
house?
Horgan, a house there. Thinking it, Jimmy thinking it's right there.
Let me look, because I drive that every day.
I figured there's some, you know.
See, we go up there and we turn around.
Yeah, I know, but also, you know, what you just did on the Lapland Road, you know, by the corner
No
of Maury
fencing up
Road, and
there.
then up through by the barn, you know, it's all in the ditch.
Yeah, no,
There's no fencing up there, Mom.
none of, we got towards Mikey's.
Not beyond Mike's, there's a fence, but not,
Yeah, that's kinda where Jimmy think it, you know where Mike's house is, and you go up at low grade, that's where we turn around. There's a fence on the right there?
Oh, you mean when you head over
Way
up
the heck up
that other
there.
road and you've got that turnaround now back, so you don't have to go down around?
No, the opposite, that's south, now they call it
Yeah.
south. Mikey is bridge north.
Yeah.
It's just by the place there.
It used to be what did I used to be Mahoney's Sugar and Woods up there?
The Mahoney owns them right there.
Yeah, one of those meadows.
So there was a big fence up there, right up like to the entrance to those Sugar Woods, but
I don't know the judge.
like nobody goes up there but Mike. And whoever's sugaring's up there.
Yeah, I know, when they gather supper, load supper. But that's where I'm gonna go speak to her.
Well, I wouldn't
Speak to
spend
her.
too much time, John, if they can't put their name in and register complaint, I'm not gonna waste my time on it. I'm not gonna sit and guess who.
The only reason I go up to see if, because we turn around there,
Yeah,
it's a mean turnaround.
yeah,
We like to put more fill and get it where you
big enough to turn.
go another 10 feet longer where you can back better.
Are you in the town right away?
That's, I would say we'd be out of it. I think it was the old barn there, you remember, Tom, you know him?
Are you talking over by Mike's house,
Yes.
where that barn used to sit down to the right
There
hand
was a
side?
barn.
This isn't snow plowing though.
And then this is, then Cummings zone down
No,
in there?
this is
that how they-
fresh pushback. This is something you guys cleaned a ditch and dumped some dirt.
He's got a colored one.
Right,
I
but
just,
this,
Yeah.
this looks like you guys cleaned dirt. See how the grass is pushed over?
Yeah,
This was
yeah.
done in the last week.
Oh,
This isn't snow removal.
I think the last time we been up in there.
Either the grader or did you clean a ditch and dump some dirt somewhere and push it, make a turnaround or fix one? But this isn't snow plowing.
Well, if you get a call, or Linda gets a call, tell them you need a name, so we know who this.
That's why we
it
don't
came with such
correct the
a
problem.
negative
Yeah.
attitude, you know,
Well,
no.
they're appreciative, but it looks like somebody was trying to get rid of some fill off of, whether it was a grader pulling some crap up, like we were talking about up on
By Dodds, yeah.
Dodds.
But being able to fix it, I mean, it's tricky if you don't have any ideas where it is.
Yeah, you just need to say, you need to come and address us, so we know who
We'll
we're dealing
keep
with.
taking care of the road, don't worry.
Yeah.
Right.
It could've- could've been the end of
I
the-
figured, sign, but not like, what's left around the corner right there. That was kind of pushed over on the edge a little bit,
Who's that?
sign.
Oh.
I mean, I haven't, it's hard to, this dark one, I wanna see.
This isn't over by your house, I'll tell you.
No. No.
Okay, let's move along.
Yeah.
What else we
Keep your eyes
got?
open, fix it.
So, we can get the heck out of here.
Yeah, I just have a pet tax rate and that's it. But if we don't wanna do that today,
I would say next meeting, Brian, I'd like everybody here when we do the tax,
I
set
like
that
to have
tax
everybody
rate.
here for that.
yeah, other than that,
You don't have
I'm all
anything else?
set. I mean, I wanted to make sure that you were updated on Jouer and straight liner, paving.
Melissa, have you got anything for us?
I do. At the most recent zoning meeting, there's a, Rick Berard is doing a subdivision on Reynolds Road,
Mhm.
and that subdivision, it's Sugarwoods, and the subdivision is accessed by the Menard Road extension.
That's
the
way up past,
Up past where I used to live.
yeah,
And then you go back and it goes this way to go over to Castle Road, and it
Yeah.
goes this way and it comes out by Gary Ridge.
yep,
Rick was told by one of the adjacent landowners that the town threw up that road and that the new owners will not be able to access it by that road because that's not a town road anymore. And so he asked me if that was true, and I don't recall that, so I thought I'd ask you guys.
Did you ever pull out a map of the roads or a list of what got thrown up in regards to the Duffy Hill Road?
I didn't, I can.
Menard, or where the,
The only thing that I remember about Menard Road was that when I lived there, which is more than 10 years ago now, but maybe 15 years ago, one of the landowners did some work on that road, which he asked them to undo because it was a town road, not a private road.
it's a class 4 town road.
So that landowner is the one who's saying that the town threw the road up and that the new purchaser of this Reynolds Road property cannot access it by that road because it's not a
I'd
town
check pretty hard before I'd go along with his assessment,
Plus I would,
because we told him that. when you're gonna do stuff,
That's-
that's a town road.
That is my
It's a
recollection.
town trail road, you just
Town
can't go
trail
through.
and.
Right, you just
and
can't
they
go
can't
through.
just access it either,
Right.
it's non-maintained, I mean, they'd have to,
They can, I believe under your zoning thing now, could access it for, but they'd have to maintain it.
right,
They can access it via tractor or however.
yeah, but I'm just saying, if they're gonna build a house out there. I mean,
No, it's a sugar woods. They
Oh.
just wanna be able to go and pull sap.
Oh,
That's all. There's no housing.
but we
up
never,
there.
threw that road up.
That was my recollection, but I wanted to
No.
make sure that I was not incorrect.
You
and-
find a map, but that, all we got on talking about, you just can't go through altering the trails, cause you want this or you want that,
Well,
without permission from the select board. Remember? You remember that, don't
allegedly,
you, Tom? Yeah,
Well, it's the same as, who was it, did, Bill Roberts or somebody, right? Made
that's who it was, that was up there screwing around with. But we never gave it up.
that's my recollection, but I
Yeah.
wanted to make sure that I was not incorrect.
So, if we can get done tonight, next meeting, can you make sure
We
we
have
get all the info we need on that?
on the roads, yeah.
That, well, the trails, actually, that one in Duffy Hill,
Right,
we haven't seen him yet, right, he didn't come back to the barn.
yeah, I haven't seen him either, so. But next meeting, we can just,
I have the map on my wall, and I'm sure that it came from a file in my
Yeah.
computer somewhere, so I'll find it.
What
That's
else you
all I
got?
have.
That's all you got?
Yeah.
Next meeting, we're gonna do the tax rate, get it set.
So you had a question about the lawyer fees?
So on the front, there's a lawyer fee, says North Road.
The North Road was accounted to the general ledger, and the,
And somewhere else it was put to the,
there's another amount that was put toward,
so the front just one selectmen associated some.
so one goes to.
This is pavilion.
Yeah, this is the pavilion.
Okay.
So it's split into two. And it looks like we missed,
Yeah,
maybe
probably.
everybody missed the first.
Probably did. I tend to hold it up. This is not a bill for here. I just paid that the other day.
Okay.
So
So
that
we
one
could-
you don't have to pay.
Okay, I'll take that out
Um,
after.
And then, sorry, let's show my,
Nice little shower there around 5:30, wasn't it?
is this
We didn't get
another
it
or is this
that
for?
No.
I was
so
bush hogging up my
this
Kobe,
is the
and I
total
said,
amount.
Okay, cause I
Let's
think
go to
we're
start,
came
head
up
down,
there.
we're back to the
Yeah.
old
And that was paid.
sugar house and started backing in,
Oh,
and
this
then
has
they
to
come
be-
down. It was
Okay.
That
about,
was paid, that was.
I'd say a good 20
No,
minutes.
so,
I mean,
sorry,
it
that,
came
that
down.
is the balance.
We went to St. Alma's
That was
last
paid,
night,
and
stopped
that's
at
how much
Katie's.
we
Okay,
We came
okay.
back,
Just wanted
our
to make
rain
sure
gauge
that-
was empty with that. We come back, it was almost
What's the
2
EJ
hours
crossed
from
off?
the rain gauge at home.
Oh, you want a signature on
I
those?
looked at it, I said, Cindy, you look at that, make sure I'm reading this right, because there was water all down by the garage, and this is probably, what, 8. And it must have rained pretty near 2 inches in the time we were gone at home. You could see stuff had gotten drowned.
Rained hard or around 5 o'clock, but never, like, yours was up this morning, never really got from Addison.
Oh, yeah?
Today?
Pierre said he was down that way, I think while he was putting up tents at, field days. He said
Oh.
he could see black up here,
Yeah,
but he said it never rained down there till they started coming home after they got all the tents up. They
Wow.
put up, I think, 10 tents.
is that Addison Field Days? I've never been to that thing.
Yeah, they must have a shitload, because he was putting on those up, and Barney was taking a bunch down, and that's it.
Thought there was one on this.
I know one thing, I was going down the field days when it was 100 degrees. I said, nah, I don't need to go that.
I was
Just the
wrong
top
all the
one.
time.
Up there.
I'll make a motion to accept those, except for the $75 EJ Prescott.
So you're making a motion to accept the warrants?
With
Except for
the-
the $75 buck.
Except for the $75 bill from EJ Prescott. That's not a town bill.
Okay.
It's paid by.
Have you
And I-
guys signed these?
Yes, I did.
Okay, someone make a second to do those?
Second.
All in favor? Anybody opposed? You looked at them, Doc?
I
Do you
don't,
wanna look at it first before we?
No.
so I only have one signature on the first part, page 2 of 3. So it's just the second, like this one. So
I
if
knew you
we could
missed
have
one.
2 more signatures on
Maybe
that.
I missed it.
You sure these are all correct, Dave?
No? I went through them more than you.
I think the other ones all have 3,
So we need,
but we need one more on that one. So,
have one, you got 3 on it now, right?
No, that's Amanda. Amanda signs it as well. And we need at least 3.
But you needed 2,
You
legal.
got that screen name, Tom?
I have her
Yes.
written that I
Yeah,
got
I
3.
think Matthew,
I thought two.
I saw him tonight.
Two come in and sign.
Said he'd go
For,
in tomorrow.
That doesn't matter.
So
He was
I
gonna
actually
be in
don't
the
have
pit
the
tomorrow.
originals,
Today they went
but
to
can
the
we have?
woods.
I think Ronnie, I think you already
He's
signed.
the bastard about that.
Yeah, he was.
Is there any other business you wanna conduct?
Are we good with the land in East Fairfield?
The word that goes to Tom in particular. We're just saying it's a little ambiguous. It sounds like 3, if you read it quickly, you think it's 3 parcels of land, but I think it's 3 parcels of land that add up to 4.5 acres.
That's a lot, sure.
And which one of you wants to sign the other ones?
Did I not sign
I'm
it?
supposed to have
Ronnie.
3. I've been told that it's a quorum, that I need to
Did
have
I-
3 at
did
least,
I
and I
sign
only
it?
have 2. You did, and Ronnie did. And I need one of you guys to volunteer to sign the rest of them. So I'm going to the conference and driving down tomorrow, and the conference is on a Wednesday, and then I have, I'm planning on taking Thursday and Friday off as well. So I'm hoping to leave tomorrow and then not come back, but I may be back on Friday. It depends on how things look with Jouer Road at this point.
There shouldn't be a whole lot.
I know, I really, I want that floodplain thing off my chest so that FEMA's happy, and then I'll be happy to go.
Isn't, Stantec doesn't,
Stantec doesn't talk to FEMA. I talk to FEMA, but they're very involved, and John Little's been incredibly supportive, and Kim Kanaraki from the state, she's an advocate for these types of projects to FEMA. She's been great. So I think that we're gonna be fine. It's just, there's a few details. They've been working a lot on that project over the last couple of weeks, and
just be careful.
I just don't wanna,
A lot of people are supportive, but it's because you're doing their work. So just make sure,
yeah, no,
don't get pushed
I
into.
agree. No, if anything, I'm a little more pushy than they're expecting, honestly.
Just because you're from Sheldon.
You gotta get your work done, right?
So I thought some of that was in Bakersfield.
I don't know, I thought, when you come down where Jeff Rice lives, then it makes a left-hand turn, shoots back like that, and then down. I thought it was all in Fairfield. I'm not gonna say, I'm not certain.
Well, I thought, remember Linda, I don't know where she changed all that line, so.
Right. But the state, I mean, I think the line was there from the get-go. She was thinking at that time she owned right up to this neighbor's property, and she didn't. And there was a line years ago, and then they I think it's the last line in town. I mean, the state of Vermont will pay for a boundary dispute between towns. And after that, you're on your own. That cost them about 40 grand, something like that.
We'll bid on it and get it.
Yeah. Because one was laid out in 60-acre lots, and one was laid out in 140.
So this just says it's all to the town now by quick claim
Yeah.
before we leave it.
As I said, maybe sometime in the state, some project we could trade that land off for meeting your other stuff. Or if somebody come along and give
Do
you
that,
that.
maybe sell it as a building lot.
Well, anything's possible now, I guess. So is there anything else we need to talk about before we adjourn?
I'm good.
No executive session or anything? So someone make a motion to adjourn?
Yep.
Second? Yeah, we're done.